though we had already started rehearsals for The Music Man, a condensed version of Wayward Saints was restaged for the Santa Barbara High School Drama Festival. And that required early morning rehearsals before school and weekend rehearsals. There were 13 plays entered in the competition at Santa Barbara, and they came from schools in places like Hollywood, Burbank, Pasadena, and San Diego, and Santa Maria. Our production of Wayward Saints won top honors and a silver cup. But that victory was hard won, and not without incidents. And to talk about those incidents, we have some cast members, so come on up. Jackie Brown, Jeannie Corsby Hales, Cindy Thompson-Thacker, Brad Gooding, Gary Lauterbach, Lynn Martin Wiley, Charlie Rogers, Bill Sleddy, and Bronson.
We need them all.
Lord, you were in that. Yeah.
You're all together.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm not usually so
Okay,
easily.
so we have a scene.
Hey, no selfies.
Oh, believe me. I don't want to see this. No. Okay. All right. So we had two versions of Wayward Saints. The long version here at Santa Maria, and then the shorter version in Santa Barbara. So you're welcome to talk about either. Talk about whatever you remember, or in which you don't know which one it is. That's fine too. And so I mean, this is rehearsed and unscripted, and who knows. And so you can jump in at any place you want to. So let's just try to be a little chronological. Does anybody have a story that inquiring minds want to know about the original production here at Santa Maria? Anybody there, or are we going to skip direct to Santa Barbara?
Well, I was just going to say, one of the things that was most fun about the stage production was we knew the author of the play, and one of the things that we got to do was try and interpret some of the characters with just the ideas that the playwright had given us, but we were really encouraged to try and expand a bit, so personality was encouraged to come out on stage, which was fine, except as you probably know, when we were in high school, everybody had kind of bouffant hair that was distinctively 60s. And so in order to make my hair look in any way kind of Renaissance, I had to construct it up with a whole bunch of those hairpins. One night, in one of the scenes of the show, we are all kind of clustered against each other, and then we fall over. Well, sure enough, I fell over on top of my head, pushing one of those hairpins into my scalp.
Wow.
And I had a line to deliver immediately after getting up. And I remember sitting there going, if I can just get through this line, everything will be just fine. That was my story. Yeah, I have a scar to show.
Yeah.
You don't remember you screaming.
I was able to stay in character.
So you screamed in character.
Well, yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Only at
I
Harlem.
do remember a few days when I couldn't wash my hair and it was full of white gunk and it itched.
There was a lot of white in the pictures. There's a lot of white gunk floating around, and Brad Gooding has most of it. So.
Wait, he still does.
Well, not that much.
Does anybody else still have their little medallion?
Yeah, I do.
We have our character names, we do have that. But I found mine, Cantarina.
Oh, so Maryland made that. Is that where they came from?
Was it you, Marilyn?
I think it was.
We're trying to remember.
My mom. Well, all I can say is,
Yeah.
Maryland,
Each one
why
of us
Maryland,
got
why
it.
aren't you up here?
because I don't remember anything. I told me I didn't have to do this.
Oh, okay, all right.
I could come up there and go, and just look
Okay, all right,
pretty.
okay, all right, all right.
No, you can't. We don't have any more chairs.
No.
Okay, all right. Well, no, I mean, You want to be up here?
No.
Oh.
You don't think he's gonna let
No,
you quit, do
seriously,
you?
don't.
Okay, okay, all right. Shall we move to Santa Barbara then?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a great place.
We went to Santa Barbara.
That's the place to end.
And what happened? Anybody want to start?
I'll go
I
ahead.
think we need to hear from Gary Loudon.
I'm not sure how I got a part of that, other than I had this really great reel-to-reel tape recorder, so I was the sound guy.
Yeah.
Okay, and there was music and all that sort of stuff. And my memory is, I'm backstage, I'm ready to cue this up, and we start. Everything's going good. The tape recorder's doing good, and I hear a. I look over here, and someone says, "You gotta start over. You gotta start over. The judges aren't here yet."
That's right.
Now, having some other background, you know better than just catastrophically quit the music. So I'd get in my head real quick. I'll just turn the music down and fade out. And in my mind's eye, I assumed all the actors were reading my mind at the moment and were also going to fade down. So as the music's going down, I hear, "Kurt, what are you doing?" Sub voice. What are you doing? And yeah. And my memory, now fill me in if you guys have a different memory, but add to it.
Keep going.
I saved the day and I said, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have to start over because, of course, you guys have more memories, so I'll just get that. I told you that was my memory."
Okay, okay, no. No.
You know, I did say it was my memory, but I saved
Yeah,
it. Okay, all right.
Okay, my memory is radically different.
Yeah.
No. We were out in the audience, all of us were out in the audience, because we had performed the shows. The judges selected 3 finalists. And we were watching
Okay.
the first finalist show perform.
That was later, Kim.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me do my
Okay.
No. Her memory's different.
Let me do my version. Okay. So we were in the 3rd day of the festival, and it was concluding. We were at the end of it. So the 3 finalists were now performing, and the best show will be announced at the end of that. So we were watching number 1, and I'm sitting toward the back in this big theater in Santa Barbara High School. And there's this hubbub down by the road I'm in, and there's somebody crawling down the aisle, and people are going, "What the hell?" And then somebody is pulling on my leg, and what the hell? It's Derek Lauterbach. And he says, Mr. Wheatley, we're number 2. I said, "What the hell?" He said, "We're the 2nd show." I said, "We can't be because no one's told us." He said, "They told me we're the number 2 show." So I said, "Come on." So we got out of the aisle and headed up to the doorway. And then there's a teacher back there, mean teacher going, be quiet, our show is going on, our show." And we just pushed her aside. And we're out in the lobby, and there was somebody out there, and I don't know who they were. And I said, "Okay, Santa Barbara person, we're supposed to be number 2, the show." And they said, "Where's Santa Barbara?" He said, "Yes, Santa Barbara is number 2. I said, "We can't be, nobody told us." And he said, "Well, they should have." And I said, "Well, they didn't." He said, "Well, you've got to go on next, or you forfeit." "No, we can't forfeit. We'll go on." And he said, "Well, get your actors backstage and get a costume, because I said, "We can't do that because I'm a young teacher, and our actors are not with me. They're scattered throughout the auditorium." And he said, "We'll forfeit." Okay. So I said, Gary said, "Find as many actors as you can and get them to the dressing room."
I did save the day.
And so he got some actors, I got some actors, and we got what we could. We only got third or whatever, and we sent some people to the bus to get costumes, and then we stationed some people, and we found some people and all at the doors. And the minute the other play was over, we grabbed people and say, "Get me to the dressing room." Get me to the dressing room. And then we got people, no makeup, on the stage. And the show went, and this show isn't over yet. The curtain went up, the show went up. And we're five minutes into the show,
and it was an abbreviated show.
Gary Lauterbach goes running down the back of the theater, running down the aisle, up onto the stage, off stage. And you never did that. There's a rule. Never.
Yeah, you don't ever do that.
And then the curtain starts coming down.
Yes.
Except for me, I do that.
And then the curtain's coming down, trapping several actors in front of her who are going and continuing to perform. And going, yes, what's happening?
Stay in character.
And then the house lights are coming up and they kind of give up and go backstage. And I'm backstage grabbing somebody from the Santa Barbara crew saying, what the hell is going on? And they're
I
saying,
thought that was me.
we're saying we started the show without some of the judges being in the theater. It was Santa Barbara High School, the ultimate, you started. So, we started the show. Now that's my version.
It's much better than mine, by the way.
But you still saved the day.
I did, sir.
You did save the day.
sir.
And I almost ruined it. Paul Romano played El Capitan in the school performance, and I got dragged in just before we were going to Santa Barbara, right? And I was working on that Music Man. So I remember Mr. Wheatley coaching me very privately and thinking I'm going to cause this man a stroke. And we did it in very few weeks and still pulled it off.
We did.
Phil has a good story about the show. Go ahead.
No setup there. Well, Jackie has this powder puff, which was one of those pictures, and she's supposed to hit me in the face with it, except it's not supposed to have any powder in it. And it was full of powder. My mouth was opened at the moment that she hit me in the face, and I swallowed a large amount of powder, and it totally dried out my mouth. I'm there trying to get ready to say my next line, and there's no water to be had. Quite an experience. Thank you, Jackie.
You know, from the look on Brad's face, I think I know where the powder came from.
More than that
I wondered what you were doing with that 5-pound plate.
I ran out of firecrackers.
I think what saved the day is that we were a traveling troupe.
Yes.
And we built the sets to carry with us and go to different places. And we traveled and we knew our lines, but we forgot them and we ad-libbed.
We did that.
That was the important part.
The
We
best
kept
one.
going.
The best one was Marilyn. As the lights were completely going out,
Yeah.
Marilyn goes, Harlequin, what have you done now?
Other story, anyone? Have we got it? That's all we remember?
Well, I remembered it differently. I'm so sorry. No, it's so funny because in my mind, when we went out first to perform, to be judged before the finals, I thought we all went out and that's when Gary said the judges aren't in the audience. And so we stayed in character, and Marilyn and we were just like, Harlequin, what are we supposed to be, what's happening, you know? And we stayed in character, and we left, and then we started over again. And then we were told, I remember being told, you guys are the second show, and we were all in the theater, and I remember crawling, there was a lot of students crawling up the aisles because we knew not to walk. We were crawling up the aisles. And then I remember...
Except for me, I was running.
And then, see, I have my notes here. And then I remember standing by the door. We couldn't get in makeup, and we had our costumes. I remember standing by the back door, and Mr. Ted DeCourcy, and I probably am not what is it?
Acosta.
DeCosta. He was a gentleman from, I recognized him because I was a movie buff even then, and he was from film noir and played a bad guy, and he came up to us, and he was very, very kind, and he really liked us, and I knew he was telling us he had to leave early, but that he was, I got the impression that he was behind us.
Nice.
I think he gave us his approval. I think he told them their opinion. And the play before us was Spoon River Anthology. And that's when we were right in the middle of the performance, we were going up the aisle. And then, I'm not sure when we were critiqued. I just remember that, I can't remember if it was before the final, after the final, I can't remember. I just remember that Bradford Dillman saying something nice to Phil, and that he liked my pratfalls. And that's, I don't know. And then waiting to hear the results of the finals. Phil, I'm positive about this. I could be wrong. I'm sure.
Wait, I'm positive, but I could be wrong.
But I could be wrong,
Okay.
but I'm going to stick to my story. Phil said to us, being the leader of us, whatever you do, if we win, don't scream.
Yeah, you know how
And
well
when
that
they
worked out.
announced our names, I swear, Phil was the first.
But I actually remember that the judge who said that she did her pratfalls very well, and it took a very coordinated person to do those because a klutzy person couldn't. And we all thought that was humorous because actually she's very good.
I did it different every time, and on the stage during that performance, I fell, did a pratfall, I fell different than I ever had before, and my leg went over a trunk like this, and my dress went like this.
That's why they like
And
it.
I think so. And I pulled my skirt down, and there were like guys up in the catwalk, and they were all smiling at me, and I couldn't do anything because I didn't want the audience to tell I was putting my skirt on.
Hey, wait a minute. If Phil was the first to scream, were you the second?
I could have been.
Okay.
I think you were the
Was I the second? Okay.